What's this I'm hearing about you thinking you can come with us on our family holiday? You really are the most brazen, presumptuous person I've ever met. Is there no limit to your arrogance? If you were someone who understood what it's like as a mother to have your son stolen from you by his toxic wife, at least you'd know your place and not make such ridiculous assumptions when your presence at our family vacation is clearly unwelcome. Wow. Good evening to you too, Gina. I know you hate the fact I'm your daughter-in-law, but was there really any need for all of that? I don't mean to be rude, but I'm pretty sure I already told you this several times. I was the one who planned this vacation in the first place. Initially, it was just supposed to be me and Tony going. But then he suddenly announces that you decided you're coming with us. I'd understand if you guys had planned it for yourselves from the get-go, but how has it come to me being banned from coming on my own vacation? Isn't this a little unreasonable? If I'm totally honest with you, I don't understand at all. You know, I did think you'd be intelligent, what with being a Princeton graduate and all. How wrong I was. Imagine my surprise when I realized you had the social skills and understanding of the nuances of social interaction as a sack of potatoes. This is a textbook case of what's known as not being able to read between the lines. You're my daughter-in-law, Lily. Now, my son has a sacred duty and obligation to provide me with opportunities to relax and let my hair down, and you have an obligation to let him. I've never met someone so darn selfish and obsessed with getting their own way. How about you start considering the feelings of others for once in your life? You really are the biggest good-for-nothing waste of space I've ever had the displeasure of meeting. What are you even talking about? Sure, one of us has poor social skills, but I'm pretty sure it isn't me. I had no choice but to reluctantly accept you coming with us on what was supposed to be our vacation as a couple. I planned and arranged literally everything, from the taxi to the airport to the flights to the hotel to the activities. Where do you get off on acting like this? What on earth are you talking about, you misguided little imbecile? My lovely, amazing son arranged and paid for everything you just listed. You know, it's actually worrying how brazenly you're capable of lying. You didn't do a single thing, so quit trying to take the credit for Tony's hard work. Why did I have to get stuck with a daughter-in-law like you? I must be the unluckiest woman in the world. You really are the most disingenuous, unscrupulous, lazy woman I've ever known. Are you at least aware of what a piece of crap you are? You can abuse me all you like, Gina, but it's not going to change the fact that I was the one who took care of planning and arranging this vacation. You have everything backwards. After Tony saw the schedule I'd planned out on the kitchen table, he took it upon himself to buy his and the rest of your family's plane tickets without consulting me first. Then he casually strolls past me to the fridge to get another beer and says, "Hey, babe, I got the tickets. I'm leaving the rest to you." The big oaf didn't even get the refundable tickets, so I had no choice but to either cancel and lose the money or begrudgingly accept it. It's obvious my Tony only bought those tickets because you didn't keep him in the loop. Don't you know marriage is all about communication? If you wanted to do things your way, how about getting your husband's permission first? This is what you get for not knowing your place. I mean, really, who do you think you are? A woman going off and planning a full vacation all on her own behind her husband's back? Oh, thanks to Tony's quick thinking and impeccable judgment, he was able to salvage the situation when he realized what you were up to. I heard he even bought your ticket, too. Can you believe how kind he is? You really are the laziest good-for-nothing I've ever had the misfortune of knowing. What, am I supposed to thank him for booking the tickets behind my back? You say marriage is about communication. Doesn't that apply to Tony, too? I was planning on booking everything myself. And I didn't do anything behind his back, actually. It was after I confirmed the plans with him that he bought the tickets without saying anything. Without saying anything, you say? You know, dear, you really are something else. Have you ever heard the word gratitude? How about you say thank you, you ungrateful witch? Goodness me, of the billions of women in the world, why did my poor son have to marry you? Okay, Gina, I get it. You hate me. And yes, without saying anything, I was so confused you wouldn't believe. You know what? I wasn't going to say this, but if this is your attitude, you're going to cover the costs for the entire family's tickets. Oh, you weren't going to say it, huh? Well, it's funny, because Tony already told me that's what I'll be doing. That's not all. He said I have to pay for everyone's meals and activities when we get there, too. I can assure you we'll be talking all these matters through very soon, but I'm not sure Tony will find what I have to say very agreeable. Well, there's no need for you to talk anything through, dear. This is already decided. All of it. It's only natural we feel obliged to make you pay for everything after what you tried to do. I mean, really, who plans an entire vacation for themselves behind their husband and his family's back? You scheming little... It's time you did some serious self-reflecting and realized you can't continue going through life acting so selfishly. Nope, no way, that's my line, Gina. Whatever, I don't care anymore. I'm leaving the vacation to you guys now. Oh, that reminds me. I almost forgot to tell you, it's about the day before we leave. Tony will be coming to my house to spend some quality time with me and the rest of the family. Yes, you heard me right. Family. That means you're not welcome, so I suggest you find your own way of getting to the airport on your own. Right. Okay, I see. I take it you and Tony have already decided on that? Of course we have, you silly girl. Yeah, I thought so. All right. Hello, sweetie. Guess what? We're about to leave. The plane's about to take off, so something tells me you won't be able to message us before long. This is what you get for failing to fulfill your duties to this family as my daughter-in-law. Please use this as an opportunity to self-reflect on your despicable conduct. Huh? What are you talking about? How can the plane be about to take off when you said we were all supposed to meet at the airport at 10:30 p.m.? What's going on? Oh dear, how embarrassing. You really do have the IQ of a chicken, don't you? The takeoff was at 10:30 p.m., you dummy. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Did you really come to the airport all on your own? Oh, stop it, my sides hurt. What a shame. I don't know how to tell you this, dear, but it's about your plane ticket. The truth is, we never booked it in the first place. Huh? Wait, what? Hang on a sec. Do you mean you never had any intention to let me come on vacation with you to begin with? Bingo! Maybe you're not as stupid as you look. How does it feel to be left all alone at the airport without $1 to your name? You're not coming on our family vacation with us, so how about you sleep in a garbage can instead? Understood loud and clear. My God, I had no idea you and your family were capable of sinking this low. It serves you right. I shouldn't have to say this, but you were the one being out of line in the first place. You forced our hand, and look where it got you. How did I act out of line? It was your son who bought the tickets behind my back, and look at where his decision led, to me being forced out of my own vacation. I wanted to finalize the arrangements for everything after talking it through with him. Tony was the one who made this whole situation turn into a big chaotic mess. This is why I always did my best to encourage my boy to stay away from possessive, jealous types. I knew it. My suspicions were right all along. You two are an awful match for one another. How about you use this as an opportunity to consider divorce? Something tells me it would be in both of your interests to go your separate ways. Yeah, you're right. I do have some serious thinking to do. Anyway, please, Gina, don't let me take up any more of your precious family time. I hope you enjoy your vacation with no regrets. Hey! What in heaven's name is going on here? Hello? You need to reply to me this instant, young lady. What the hell is going on with the exorbitant prices they're trying to charge us at this hotel? What's this crap about them not being able to let us stay here cheaply unless you're here with us? I don't understand. This is 30 frickin' times more expensive than it was supposed to be. Oh, God damn it. You need to answer the phone right now. Reply to my messages. What the hell do you think you're playing at, young lady? Explain this instant. God damn you, you worthless, good-for-nothing piece of low-life crap. Wow, what is with all the notifications? 27 missed calls? Have you lost your mind, Gina? It would appear somebody's in quite the panic. But really, what time did you think it was? Why'd you bother wasting that much time trying to get through to me when I was obviously going to be asleep is beyond me. My phone goes on silent every night at bedtime. Sorry, honey. Oh, finally you replied. Are you being serious? You were relaxing in bed? You were asleep in bed while me and my family had to sleep on the streets after being told staying at the hotel you arranged was going to cost us half of my life savings? You need to explain what the hell is going on right now. Which part don't you understand? I booked that hotel under my title as Global Sales Manager of Globex International. My company is a special VIP contract with a few luxury hotel chains whereby employees get to stay at a huge discount and get a bunch of extra perks for free. Why would you be eligible for it without me there? Are you completely lacking in basic reasoning skills? Oh, and they were obviously going to charge you a cancellation fee after I canceled the booking. I'm not surprised your bill came to 30 times the fee I was going to pay. That place costs an arm and a leg without the discount. What did you just say? You canceled the booking? Me being there was a condition of you being eligible for the discount in the first place. When I called them up and explained how I'd been left on my own in the airport, they were very understanding and dealt with my claim with utmost professionality. They said I wouldn't incur any fees because they'd charge you guys for the same-day cancellation once you showed up. Can you believe what a huge help they were? I am so grateful. Why the hell would you do this? Anyway, what did you just say? You're the global sales manager at Globex International? Huh? Didn't you hear? Oh, come to think of it, Tony probably wouldn't speak about that kind of thing with you, would he? He always was terribly embarrassed about being married to a woman who makes more money than him. I guess I'm not surprised to hear he'd rather lie to his mom than take the hit to his pride. He's always had a talent for covering up his insecurities with lies and dishonesty. If anything, I would have been more surprised if he told you the truth. Oh my God, really? I didn't know you were a Princeton graduate, but Tony told me you worked as a burger flipper at McDonald's. He said you hardly made any money and that he was more or less completely providing for you. He said he was the breadwinner. Sorry, Gina, I don't really know how to break this to you, so I'll just come out and say it. It would appear your precious son has been lying to you about virtually everything. Of course, he's free to tell his mom whatever he wants, and ultimately, it's no longer my problem. But all the lies in the world won't fix his deep and fundamental insecurities. Welcome to reality. Is it sinking in yet? You've got some nerve to set us up like that at the hotel and then blame it on my son. Not only that, but you didn't even respond to my messages when I was clearly in desperate need of help. I'm your mother-in-law, you black-hearted little witch. We had to sleep on the goddamn streets because of you. Oh, really? You did? Sorry, but that's your fault for not being able to pay the bill. This is what you get for leaving the entire vacation arrangements to me. You were so sure you were going to be able to show up at the last minute and enjoy the fruits of my labor without any of you paying a single cent, didn't you? How was your night on the streets? Was it cold? Uncomfortable? You'll be pleased to know I spent the night in a warm, fluffy bed. I just enjoyed the most luxurious breakfast buffet I've ever had in my life. It feels so great to finally be able to enjoy the solo vacation I've been wanting to go on for so long. Thank God you guys left me behind at the airport. Can you imagine how much it would have sucked for me to get dragged along with a bunch of losers and social misfits like you guys? What did you just say to me, young lady? I'll have you know. Hold on a second. What? You're on a solo vacation? But I thought you went home after we left you at the airport. Sorry, honey. Nope. You see, I have a few connections at the airline from my time at Princeton. When I told them how awfully I'd been treated, they pulled some strings and called in some favors. And before I knew it, I was being set up with a stay at one of their luxurious 5-star partner hotels, totally free, of course. You know, it's the weirdest thing. I'd actually been wanting to stay at this hotel for months. Isn't life strange sometimes? This is great. I think I might actually be in paradise. What the hell? You're staying in a luxury 5-star hotel while we're all out here suffering because you backstabbed us? I'll never forgive you for this. You just wait until I get home. You're in for the surprise of a lifetime, you scheming little traitor. Oh, don't worry. I won't forget how you treated me either. I'm divorcing Tony just like you wanted me to. You don't have to worry yourselves with the divorce proceedings either. Allow me to take care of everything. That way I can be sure you don't try to pull anything to move the final agreement in Tony's favor. Yes, you had better damn well divorce him. I I never want to see your disgusting face again for as long as I live. Hurry up and divorce so that you can get the hell out of our lives as soon as possible. Got it.
Hey, Lily, what the crap are you doing? You need to cut this out right now. Do you have any idea how badly you screwed us over? Not only that, but you're out there living at large at a goddamn 5-star hotel while we sleep out on the streets like dogs. If you think I'll ever forgive you for this, you got another thing coming.
Why would I need your forgiveness? I didn't do anything wrong. This is the natural and predictable result of you guys acting like a bunch of grade A morons. I don't need your forgiveness, and I don't want it either.
Oh my God, don't you feel bad for what you've done to us? You ruined our family vacation, and you think it's funny? You're sick in the head. God, you're even more of a heartless scumbag than I thought you were. You're nothing but a worn-out, malicious old hag. If not for being intelligent, you'd have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. You should be grateful I was kind enough to marry you, and this is how you repay me? Oh, this cannot be happening.
If my only redeeming quality is my intelligence, what's yours? You're not handsome, you're definitely not tall, and your salary is average at best. You're as mediocre and unimpressive as they come, sweetie. Somehow you seem to think being a man automatically makes you better than me. You've done nothing but take advantage of my kindness and treat me like your own personal ATM ever since we got married. But you made a fatal mistake. You mistook my silence for acceptance. Do you even have any conception of how selfish and arrogant you've been?
What did you just say? I'm arrogant? You're the one who told me you wanted to go on vacation without even asking my permission first. You think my mom being angry with you for not knowing your place gives you the right to screw us over like this? Huh, just you wait. I swear you won't get away with this. Me and you are getting a divorce.
Sure, that sounds fantastic. How convenient. It looks like the signed divorce papers you handed me during your raging tantrum when I tried discussing the vacation with you are going to come in handy. I'll have them handed into the county clerk's office before you can say hotel bill.
Do whatever you want. I don't care. It's time for the Pharaoh cave beast I was dumb enough to marry to finally be released back into the wild. Good riddance. You'll never find anyone desperate enough to marry you again after you lose me. I hope you understand that, you worn-out hag.
Don't worry, Tony. I'm perfectly capable of making my own money and providing for myself. Contrary to your assumptions about me, I don't need a man in my life to give my existence meaning. Anyway, how about you worry about yourself instead of what the future holds in store for me? You said it yourself. My only redeeming quality is my intelligence, right? You do well to not underestimate what I'm capable of.
You watch your attitude, bitch. Don't get carried away just 'cause you got some petty revenge on us. Once I toss you by the wayside, you're done, finished. The moment I walk out of your life, it's as good as over.
The only one whose life is over is yours. If I were you, I'd get some sleep to rest up that pea brain of yours in preparation for the turmoil that awaits you. Lord knows you must be even more sleep-deprived than usual. Who knows, maybe when you wake up, the abject hopelessness of your situation will have sunk in. I'm not holding my breath, though. You always were good at deceiving yourself to protect that fragile ego of yours. Lily, where did you go? All of your belongings are gone from the house. What the hell did you go and do? Answer the phone. Explain yourself at once. My poor son's overcome with hopelessness and despair. He's a shivering wreck, a shadow of his former self. Have you any idea what you've done to him? Good grief, you guys really are the most irritating jerks I've ever known. Do I need to remind you Tony and I are already divorced, thus officially making us strangers? Geez, with the rate you message me, you'd think I was your boyfriend or something. Will you at least stop spam calling me? I'd rather not pick up my phone to find 56 notifications, thanks. Do you think I have no life of my own? I have better things to do than be your therapist. Quit screwing me around and answer my questions, Missy! You owe me an explanation right now! The house is completely empty. Why is your stuff gone? Tell me! What the hell do you think you're playing at? I want answers and I won't stop messaging until I get them. How is it not obvious? You know me and Tony are divorced. Did you also know that after divorces, people also generally stop living together? Did you know that when people stop living together, they generally take their stuff with them? There you go. I explained it to you like you're 5. Do you understand yet? Oh, and one more thing. I sold the house. I was so amazed by how many interested buyers there were, it practically flew off the market. Unless it isn't obvious, that means you guys will have to find somewhere else to live. All right, well, I think that's everything. Good luck. I said do not screw me around, bitch! You have no right to do any of this. No right! Why would you sell the house? How could you be so irresponsible? Didn't I already tell you this? I told you I'd be taking care of everything with the house and the divorce, so you couldn't pull any underhanded tricks that came to bite me in the ass later on. I'm already done moving house and am currently enjoying settling into my new place. The divorce is over and done with, and I no longer have anything to do with you or your son. God damn it! Why would you go and sell the house without even asking us about it first? Oh, you can get your ass here right now so we can have this out in person. I want everything you took brought back here and returned to its rightful place. What gives you the right to bark orders at me like this? I bought that house in my name with my money, so it was up to me to decide what I did with it. If you don't like it, how about you run crying to Tony, your oh-so-amazing son, who's so super amazing and brilliant and can do no wrong? I'm sure he can afford a brand new house for you. Whether Tony can help me or not is besides the point. The point is that you sold our house behind our backs. You're deluded if you think we'll let you get away with this. Your days are numbered, woman. You keep accusing me of doing things behind your back as if communication is so important to you, but whose selfishness led to the breakdown of our marriage in the first place? That's right, your son, the magnificent Tony. You're both delusional if you thought I was just going to keep my mouth shut and put up with your crap. It's about time you realized whose house you were living in this whole time. Also, I never forgot how you invited yourself to live with me and Tony without so much as a word of warning and without my agreement. You should be grateful I was kind and stupid enough to overlook it for as long as I did. Oh, by the way, I gathered up everything that wasn't mine and left it in the garbage disposal area. If you're quick, you might still be able to salvage some of it, so feel free to go rummage through the trash and stop bothering me anytime now. Oh my God, why would you do this to us? You're the one who said you never wanted to see my disgusting face again for as long as you live. Do you remember that? I'm just giving you what you want. Anyone would think you'd be pleased. I did go out of my way to completely empty the place out after all. You think you're so clever, don't you? You think you have all the answers, don't you? Well, answer me this. Where am I supposed to live now? Even if, for the sake of argument, I accept you were within your rights, legally speaking, to sell the house, where do you get off on leaving me and my son hanging out to dry? Geez, Gina, how naive can you be? Do I look like a charity to you? Why would I go out of my way to help you guys after you treated me like a piece of dirt on your shoe for so long? I mean, really, do you want me to wipe your butts or something? It's time to grow up and take responsibility for yourselves. It's kind of tragic to think a pair of fully grown adults aren't even capable of finding a place to sleep by themselves. What did you just say to me? I can't believe this. We came home early from what should have been a relaxing vacation to find our house had been sold. We're homeless because of you, Lily. Do you understand that? Do you even understand the gravity of what you've done? This isn't the behavior of a sane individual. You should see a shrink. You took the words right out of my mouth. I know you won't listen to me, but I genuinely think some mental health counseling could do you a lot of good. You banned me from coming on my own vacation by leaving me on my own at the airport. You attack, criticize, and blame me while completely ignoring all the disgusting things you did yourself and acting like some poor helpless victim. On top of that, you've even somehow erased all awareness of the fact that I was the only person keeping a roof over your head these last 2 years. How dare you speak to your mother-in-law like this, you impertinent little brat! It's a woman's sworn duty to do as her man says at all times, no questions asked. If that's what you think, it looks like this whole situation is a win for us both. Think about it. By divorcing Tony, I get rid of a lazy, arrogant, domineering jerk, and you got rid of an impertinent daughter-in-law. Even better, now you can begin the search for another poor woman to marry Tony who'll be a better fit for your Stone Age ideals without me getting in your way. Isn't this the perfect ending for everyone? Personally, I think Tony's girlfriend would make a great candidate for his new wife. Huh? Tony's girlfriend? What do you mean? Oopsie. Didn't you know Tony has a girlfriend? You know, the girl he's been keeping a secret from me and sleeping with behind my back for the last year? Huh? No way. Oh, this can't be real. Anyway, if he was really hiding it from you, how would you know? I thought something fishy was going on when he started going on vacation way more than usual. Then I had my light bulb moment of, oh, he's probably screwing someone behind my back, and hired a private investigator. He must have thought I wouldn't notice, because apparently they weren't making much of an effort to be inconspicuous. Within 2 days, the investigator had mountains of evidence. A private investigator? You had such little trust in my son, you hired a private investigator? Oh, you're despicable. How am I the despicable one when it turned out that he was actually cheating on me? I honestly don't understand your logic. Is there something wrong with noticing my husband was acting weird and wanting to know why? I didn't think I'd get the truth out of him even if I confronted him, so why shouldn't I have hired someone? How unfortunate! You should be ashamed for not trusting my son. The only one in the wrong here is you. Why are you even bothering telling me any of this? I literally could not care less about what you think at this point. Oh, would you mind passing on a little message to the wonderful, faultless Tony for me? I'll be charging him and his lover a ton in compensation. Huh? Wait, what? What's so surprising? He cheated on me while we were married, and I have mountains of evidence to prove it in court. Do you know how much it stings to find out your husband is having an affair behind your back? You're deluded if you think I'd let him get away with that. I don't know what his reasons for staying were, but in any case, there's no justification for lies. I fully intend to pursue my legal right to settle the matter in court and collect my compensation. No, wait, don't do it. Okay, you win, Lily. I'll apologize, okay? Just don't take Tony to court. Listen, I admit it. You make a strong case. There's a possibility he might have done something wrong this time. Oh, but still, is there really any need to go and make such a big deal over it? I mean, court, really? Judges have better things to do, you know. Compensation is going too far. But screwing another woman behind my back isn't? Your mind works in the most mysterious ways. I don't have any intention of talking any of this through directly with you guys, so if you insist on persisting with your incessant whining, you can take it to my lawyer. Sure, maybe you did lose your house, your money, and your daughter-in-law in one fell swoop, but I think plunging to the depths of hell together is a fitting end for the mother and son who got too big for their boots. I'm not sure if it was because my ex-mother-in-law and husband realized they were set to lose everything, but they desperately pleaded with me to give them a chance to meet them in person so they could get down on their knees and beg for forgiveness. But receiving an apology wouldn't even make the tiniest dent in my resolve. I'm not going to forgive them, and that's final. So, naturally, I declined their offer. Apparently, Gina burst into tears and screamed, "But I don't want to be homeless," so loud that legend has it her wails could be heard 5 blocks away. Unfortunately for her, they're not my problem anymore, so I literally couldn't care any less if I tried. As for me, after finally earning back my freedom, I'm going to focus on my job for the time being to keep me occupied as I adjust to a newly single life. I already make a lot of money, so it's not like I needed the compensation from Tony and his lover, but I'm not gonna lie, I love the fact that they're both legally obliged to pay me despite them having almost no money.
Hey, we're meeting up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. You better not be late.
Huh? But we're going to meet my parents at their house to announce the engagement to them tomorrow, right? Isn't 6 a.m. a little early? I doubt they'll even be awake at that time.
Don't be stupid. If anything, 6 a.m. is late.
No, I'm pretty sure common sense dictates that 6 a.m. is too early. Are your parents fishermen or something?
Fishermen, don't make me cringe. My parents are both top execs at a major bank. Just like me, their pride and joy. That's why you're marrying me, right? I know you've probably got your sights set on my and my family's money.
Wow, are you for real? it's not like that at all. I didn't even know your parents worked at a bank when we started dating. The only reason I know now is because you never stopped bragging about them. Money really isn't as important to me as you seem to think, Karl.
Oh, did I brag about that? Whoops, I guess you can't blame me when my parents are as distinguished as they are. Oh well. Your mom and dad are poor, right? You must feel lucky to be able to marry someone from a family as rich as mine. It's like you hit the jackpot in life.
No, I don't think that at all. Jeez, what do you take me for?
Liar. I know you must be secretly ecstatic about the fact you're marrying into money. Who wouldn't be? It's okay, babe. There's no need to be shy. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, with a ring from me on your finger, your future of safety, security, and more importantly, wealth is set in stone. I'm gonna show you luxury like you've never seen before, you lowly peasant girl. Me and my parents are really kind, so we can't help but take pity on poor people whenever we see them. Did you know my dad always puts money in the homeless guy's cups?
So, wait, what are you saying? That you're marrying me out of charity because you feel sorry for me?
I guess when you put it like that, yeah, I kind of am. If marrying you means saving a poverty-stricken depth groveler from the midst of want and starvation, I'll be happy. I guess I'm kind of a philanthropist when you think about it. Talk about contributing to society. I really am one in a million. I guess when you're born as rich, good-looking, talented, funny, charismatic, kind, intelligent, and humble as me, you have a duty to share your blessings with humanity and make the world a better place.
Oh my God, I feel myself becoming less interested in marrying you by the second.
Don't talk silly, babe. Marrying me is your only option in life. Without me, all that awaits you is poverty and suffering. Even if you hated me, you still couldn't afford to let a chance this big slip away. I'm the catch of a lifetime, and don't you just know it. Your entire future rests on marrying me.
Jesus Christ, Karl, how much do you have to insult and humiliate me before you'll be satisfied? I had no idea you looked down on me this much.
If you don't want me to look down on you, how about you tell me what your parents' jobs are? That includes their yearly salaries. Go ahead, I'm waiting.
Why the hell should I have to do that?
Because you obviously wouldn't if I didn't ask you. I bet they graduated from some third-rate college and work in cubicles. It's only natural people are gonna look down on you coming from a family like that. The truth is, everyone thinks like me. I'm just the only one who's kind enough to be straight up with you. You should be thanking me for calling your parents broke losers. I come from an elite banking family. Do you have any idea what that means? Do you have any conception of the sheer incredibleness of our contribution to society and to the human race?
I shouldn't have to tell you this, but almost all professions contribute to society in some way or other. Sure, banking is a prestigious industry, but that doesn't make you or your parents better than me or anybody else for that matter. A person's value isn't determined by what job they do, and I'm honestly blown away that you think this way.
If people's value isn't determined by their jobs, then what the hell is it determined by? I've never heard anything so batshit crazy in my life. Poor people always say stuff like this to cope with their poverty. You crack me up, babe. If a person's value ain't determined by their job, then why do different jobs make different salaries? Allow me to answer, because there's a difference in the level of contribution they make and the value each one holds to society. Boom! Check and mate!
Well, sure, it's not that you're wrong. Still, that doesn't give you the right to look down on people for the job they do or which college they went to. You're dead wrong, and I'm disgusted in you for saying these things, Karl.
You could be disgusted all you like. What the hell do I care? I'm one of life's winners. If you don't like it, how about you get even by working hard, making more money than me, and earning some successes of your own instead of making bitter jibes at me just 'cause I'm better than you? I don't need to listen to the angsty whining of someone who doesn't even know how to make money. You're literally not qualified to even speak to me about this.
Fine, whatever. I'm done with this conversation. We're up early in the morning, so I'm going to bed. I'm looking forward to meeting your parents. Good night.
Oh, would you look at that? As soon as the discussion gets too uncomfortable, you bail out. I guess at least you finally accepted you're up against your intellectual superior and had no hope of besting me in debate. I shouldn't be surprised. Broke losers always run away when the going gets tough. Good night, sugar tits.
Ugh.
Is 6 a.m. in the morning? What in the devil's name possessed you to decide to come that early? I mean, me and your mother are awake by then, so it's not like we can't. Still, I nearly spat out my chamomile tea when I read your message.
I'm really sorry to spring this on you all of a sudden, Dad. I did want us to come in the afternoon.
It's fine. Forget about it. Regardless of when you come, the result will be the same. Let's just get it over with as soon as we can. How about me, you, and your mother all go out for a drive together after we're done with him and his family? We haven't really done anything as a family lately. I miss our days out together.
Yeah, you're right. I do too, Dad. I guess if we're all going to be together at 6 a.m., we may as well make the most of the day and go somewhere nice. I can't wait to go out driving with you guys. It's been so long.
I've been as busy as it gets lately, so it's been pretty difficult for me to give myself any time off work. Now that I think about it, I'm actually pleased you're coming at 6 a.m. This way we get to spend the whole day together as a family. Still, our appointment tomorrow morning still feels more like a work engagement.
Yeah, I get that. I'm sorry you guys have to do this.
What are you apologizing for? You haven't done anything wrong, sweetie. My position means I have responsibilities to fulfill, and I intend to fulfill them. I might grumble from time to time, but I don't actually have a problem with it. I knew what I was getting myself into when I accepted the job.
Yep, I know that.
All right, let's get an early night in preparation for tomorrow morning. I can't afford to risk being sleep-deprived if we're gonna be out driving all day.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, see you in the morning. I'm really looking forward to seeing you both.
Good night, sweetie. What's going on, Lila? It's already past 6.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Dad. I've been trying to call Karl, but he won't pick up. I have no idea where he is or what's going on. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe he overslept. Ugh, that lazy sloth.
It may well be that he overslept. But even still, his parents aren't here either. My gut's telling me something fishy's going on here.
God, I can't believe he'd do this when he was the one who insisted we all meet up at 6 a.m. in the first place.
You don't think he'd intentionally make us all wait, do you?
Huh? But why would he do something like that?
I have no idea why, but that's all I can think of. It's been over 15 minutes now and they're still not here. If it was anyone else, I'd have my doubts, but with those three, anything is possible.
I just want to get this thing over with and go out for a drive with you guys. What the hell's gotten into them? This was supposed to be a surprise, but I booked me, you, and Mom a river rafting ride on the nearby river. It was close by and I figured it could be fun, but at this rate, we might not make it in time.
I see. Those cretins really do look down on us, don't they? I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt at first, but between the no-show and zero contact, my patience has reached its limits. They've got some serious explaining to do. Lila, why the hell are you spam calling me?
Excuse me? Are you being for real with that question?
Of course I am. I have like 60 missed calls. Who are you, my goddamn stalker? Oops. Was today the day our parents were supposed to be meeting each other before the wedding?
Is this a joke?
Sorry, babe. Crap. It was supposed to be at 6 a.m., right? My bad. I totally forgot to tell my mom and dad.
Karl, did you intentionally choose the earliest, most awkward time you possibly could to cause trouble for me and my parents?
Like hell I'd do something like that. What kind of monster do you take me for? I forgot our parents were supposed to be meeting for the first time today. I just woke up. Oops. My mom and dad are rich bankers, so you have an obligation to wait for us.
Okay, understood. We're waiting.
Good. Now make us a coffee while we wait, peasant. Get some nice candy for us all, too. My dad has a sweet tooth. I doubt a bunch of broke peasants like you could afford to get the quality stuff, but I want you to do your best. It's not often you get to rub shoulders with the elite, so I want to see some serious effort.
Sure thing, Karl. You might want to come quickly. There's something super fun waiting here for you. I'm not angry, babe, so just come quick, okay?
Of course you're not. How could you possibly afford to be angry with me? Your life is basically over if me and you don't get married. If you don't get a ring on your finger, you'll spend the rest of your days despairing in poverty over the thought of what could have been. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get ready at a nice relaxed pace while enjoying my morning coffee. Make sure you wait patiently for your superiors to arrive, you lowly peasants.
Ugh.
Lila, what the hell just happened? Why did my mom and dad get on their knees and apologize to you?
Good question. I wonder why.
What's that supposed to mean? How could you not know? Explain yourself, woman. I was so dumbfounded by the shamefulness of what I was seeing, I felt this almost uncontrollable urge to get out of there as soon as possible. What were my parents doing? That was my mom and dad, right?
Yeah, of course it was. They're still down on their knees in front of me now, actually. I did tell them they have nothing to apologize for, but they keep insisting on telling me how sorry they are. To be honest, they're kind of annoying me now. Won't you be a dear and come and collect them and then get the hell away from us?
Hey, who the hell do you think you are? Do not take that attitude with me, woman. I am the man of this family, and I will not tolerate disrespect. I don't know what the heck's gotten into you lately, but if you think you get to talk to me like that, you got another think coming. You ain't special, and you need to know your place.
Actually, I think we are special. We all got up early to make it to the meeting spot for 6 a.m. after all. No matter how you look at it, unlike you, we've shown ourselves capable of keeping simple promises.
Is that why my mom and dad are on their knees in front of you? What the heck is going on here? None of what you're saying makes any sense at all.
If you're so curious, how about you come back over to our house? Something tells me that if you do, all your questions will be answered.
Wait a sec. That huge house? Who the hell does it belong to? There's no way a bunch of broke losers like you could ever afford to live in a house that big. What's going on? Did you rent an Airbnb for a day to try and impress us? Are you living there illegally?
Don't worry, I'll explain everything when you get here. Stop babbling on and hurry up.
God damn you. This attitude, I'll never forgive you for this, woman. Lila, I'm so sorry. I know I said some awful things to you, but you should know I didn't mean any of them. Will you find it in your heart to forgive me, baby? Please, I'm begging you.
Is this Karl? Why is it that you seemed to turn into a completely different person as soon as you found out who my dad is?
I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me your dad is the CEO of the bank my parents work at? I can't make any sense of this. I have no idea why you'd hide something so important from me.
I'm not the kind of person who goes around bragging about my parents. Surely you should know that about me by now. I'm nothing like you.
Look, I get that you might not want to brag to people, but surely this is different. It's not like I'm some rando off the street, babe. We're engaged. I don't get why you wouldn't tell me about your dad.
I did toy with the idea of telling you a few times, but where would the fun in that be?
Huh? The fun?
It's precisely because I didn't tell you that we were able to plan fun little outings like the event we had planned for today. The suspense, the thrill, the mystery. Going in blind has way more mystique, no?
You kept your dad being the CEO of one of the biggest banks in America a secret so we could go on fun little outings? What does that even mean? Just what the hell do you take me for, Lila?
Listen, Karl, I need to tell you something. You might want to sit down. It'll probably come as a shock. You ready? I never had any intention of marrying you.
What the heck did you just say? If you didn't want to marry me, why would you agree for our parents to meet up? This makes zero sense.
So my dad could fire you all in person.
Fire us?
Yes, you heard me. Fire you. You see, I told your dad about everything you and your parents said and did to me. All of the horrible treatment, all of the insults, the constant contempt and disdain you treated me with, all of it. That's why I agreed for our parents to meet up today, so he could fire you all in person.
Lila, please, surely you can see this is going too far. You can't fire us for this. I get that you might be angry with me, but this is our private life. How can you drag my parents' work into it?
Actually, that's a decision for my dad to make.
But this isn't fair. I don't agree to being fired. Hello, excuse me, Richard, sir? Is it true that you're firing me and my parents from the bank? With all due respect, sir, how could you do this? You're gonna be my father-in-law soon. No, I most certainly am not. You're fired. Look, sir, I understand that you might be angry, but surely what goes on between me and Lila is private? I don't see why me and my parents should lose our jobs over it, sir. We work super hard at the company. We give that place our all. How can you fire us over this? This is wrongful dismissal. You listen to me, boy, and you listen good. Believe me, I wanted to avoid firing you if I could. It was never my intention for things to end up this way. I wanted for us all to get along, and for you and your parents to keep your jobs. Really? That's great news. So does this mean we can put all this behind us? But, and there is a but, you made us wait for far too long, Karl. Huh? Today was one of my rare days off. Me, Lila, and my wife were all planning to go out driving after we'd met you and your parents. But thanks to your mean-spirited game playing, we sat around waiting for 6 hours. We had to cancel not only our lunch, but also the river rafting ride Lila had booked for us. Well, I'm really sorry about that, sir. Do you have any idea how busy I am as the CEO of one of the biggest banks in America? Seriously, boy, do you even realize the weight of that responsibility? We're talking about managing billions of dollars, making decisions that impact countless lives, and ensuring the financial stability of a major institution. It requires so much commitment and responsibility that I virtually never get time off. But today was one of the few days off I get every year. And I was supposed to be spending it on a special day out with my family. You took that away from me, and I'll never forgive you for that. That's why me and my parents just got fired? Sir, please, I understand that it was rude of us to make you wait 6 hours, and we're all really sorry about that. Don't kid yourself, boy. You know that's not the only reason. Let's not forget about the abuse you subjected my daughter to. Lila told me how long you and your parents had been saying all of those horrible things to her. A shudder goes down my spine just thinking about how horrible that must have been for her to go through. Well, I'm really sorry about that too, sir. But please don't do this, sir. I'm begging you. Can't we just talk this through like mature, responsible adults before making hasty decisions in the heat of the moment? Don't throw away 3 good employees. My decision is final. If you want to take me to court for wrongful dismissal, then be my guest. My lawyers are the best money can buy. If you think you stand a chance, then show me what you've got. There's just one thing. You can fight this if you want, but just know it's going to mean having all of the horrendous things you subjected my poor daughter to exposed to the world. As long as that's all right with you, then I'm ready and waiting. God damn it! Your entire life consists of bragging about how superior you are and putting other people down. To be frank, you disgust me. And that goes for your parents, too. The other employees at the bank told me exactly how you 3 good-for-nothings treat them. It turns out my daughter isn't the only one you've been treating like crap. It should go without saying that you won't have a single ally at the company if this goes to court. Something tells me that before long, the entire company is going to hate you. Huh? You mean the guys at the office don't like me? What do you mean the entire company is going to hate me? I'll be sending an email out to the whole company notifying the employees of what happened with you and your parents. Let the 3 of you be an example so that no one at my bank ever throws their weight around and belittles others ever again. Oh my God, no! Wait, please! Do you really have to do that, sir? Like, really? The things you said to my poor daughter were far worse. I'll never forgive you for the way you treated her, and I'll never forgive you for stealing 6 hours of my precious time. Holy frickin' hell, this is bad. I'm serious, sir, please. I need this job. Please don't fire me. I'll change my ways, I swear. I can do better. That's not going to happen, boy. Do you have any idea how long Lila suffered as a result of your despicable behavior? You made your bed. Now lie in it. Give up and stop squirming, you miserable worm. Oh my God! Lila, baby, I'm begging you. Do you have any idea how screwed me and my parents will be if we lose our careers over this?
So what? Surely you can just start over in another industry. You're super gifted and well-educated after all, right? If anyone can do this, it's you, Karl.
Well, sure, but that's not the point.
You're one of life's winners, right? What's losing your job at the bank to a hotshot stud like you? I bet you couldn't care less. You're outstandingly talented, hardworking, and intelligent after all, right?
Wait a sec. Do you know?
Huh? Know about what? Oh, do you mean, do I know about the fact that you got held back after 2 years in college for repeatedly getting the lowest grade possible on your exams, before finally dropping out in exasperation with your own dim-wittedness?
How the hell do you know about that?
Your mom and dad just told me. I mean, I can hardly say I was surprised. I always had my suspicions. From all of your boasting about how amazing you were, I never really felt it. Besides, are people who brag about themselves ever actually talented?
I'm still more accomplished than you filthy peasant. Unlike you, I work for one of the biggest banks in America.
Worked, Karl. The word you're looking for is worked. Besides, you only got a job there in the first place because of your mom and dad, right? I, on the other hand, didn't exploit the fact that my dad is the CEO of a major bank to my advantage. And I found work by myself on my own merit. Sure, your job title may have been more impressive than mine, but the fact that you had nothing to do with obtaining it means that in a very real sense, I am in fact more accomplished than you.
God damn you, don't get clever with me, woman.
It must really suck to be you right now. To think your only joy in life was to look down on people based on nothing more than the job title you lucked your way into. Now even that's gone. How tragic.
I just want you to tell me why. Why didn't you just break up with me if you were so unhappy? Based on what I heard from your dad, you hated being with me. So why would you agree to marry me in the first place? Why not just break it off before things came to this?
Like I said, I never had any intention of marrying you. I just relished the thought of biding my time to teach you a lesson and show you your real position in this world. I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
You're sick in the head.
I don't need to hear that from an abusive scumbag like you. Anyway, I'm getting bored of this now. If you know your place, how about you come over and get on your knees and apologize like your parents?
I bet you wouldn't forgive me even if I did.
Of course I won't. My dad's nicer than me, though, so who knows? You might be in with a shot if your apologies seem sincere enough. You know, he didn't want to have to fire you. He was fully prepared to let you keep your jobs if you all reflected on your behavior and apologized.
God damn it. Hey, he didn't forgive me at all. Why the hell did you make me think I had a chance? God damn you.
Oh, well, I guess it can't be helped. At least you tried. To be honest, I kinda knew my dad was too pissed about you making him wait 6 hours to forgive you. I've never actually seen him this mad.
So he's still mad about that? Hang on a sec. Is that what he's the most pissed off about, that I made him wait?
Things aren't looking good for you and your family now, huh? You should probably get home soon so you can start planning how you're gonna dig yourselves out of the massive hole you've dug yourselves into.
Shut up! Like hell, I'm just gonna lay down and take this. You'd love to see me run home with my tail between my legs, wouldn't you? Well, it ain't gonna happen. Lila, please, just hear me out. If you don't do something to make this better, my parents are gonna disown me.
Wow, really?
Yes! They forgave me for dropping out of college after I desperately begged them not to kick me out and promised to work hard to find a job. But this time, I think their patience with me is running out, Lila. At this rate, I won't even have a family soon.
Whatever, I don't care. That's not my problem, so deal with it yourself. I'm done taking my revenge now, so feel free to plummet to the depths of hell however you like.
Lila, please, give me one more chance. I'm sorry. I swear I am. I can make you happy. Will you give me one last chance to prove it, please? Let's get married, baby.
Wow, is this a joke?
I don't care if I lose my job. I don't care if my reputation gets destroyed. I don't care if my parents disown me. But I can't bear to lose you, Lila. Baby, will you marry me?
Wait a sec, Karl. Do you actually love me?
Of course I do. Sure, maybe I was a little mean to you sometimes, but when I proposed to you, I meant it. That's just how I am with people, and I get it. It's not normal. Maybe I have a problem. Why do I have to be so damn prideful?
Interesting. I think you just did more self-reflection in the last 10 seconds than you have in the whole time I've known you. There's just one problem. I don't love you anymore. Sorry, sweetie. I'm sure you'll find someone nice one day.
Oh my God! Lila, please! Please don't leave me, baby. I'm begging you. Does this mean you're gonna break off the engagement?
Duh, of course it does. That was my plan all along. How about you use this whole thing as an experience to self-reflect and become a better person so you don't end up alienating the next woman who walks into your life?
Lila, please, I'm begging you, don't do this. I'm nothing without you.
What a shame. To think I went out of my way to buy some expensive candy for you and your parents for today's get-together? Hey Dad, sorry to message you so late, but I just wanted to tell you I had a blast today. I really enjoyed going out driving with you and Mom this evening.
Ah, yes. Hello, Princess. I guess everything worked out all right in the end. Still, I really wanted to go on that river rafting ride. Did you know me and your mother even bought our swimming gear?
Wow, really?
Anyway, dear, I'm sorry. I feel like I failed you because I didn't realize I had such a sniveling, low-life weasel working at my company. If I'd dealt with him earlier, you could have been spared so much suffering.
Don't sweat it, Dad. Seriously, you're the CEO, not God. You had no way of knowing what he was really like. I'm the one who voluntarily stayed around to teach him a lesson. So really, Dad, you have nothing to apologize for, not a single thing.
You're right. All right, I'll forget about it. Oh, and by the way, I decided we didn't get to spend enough time together today. So I'm taking another day off tomorrow. It's a Sunday, so you won't be working either, right?
Wow, you moved on quickly. Sure, I'm not working tomorrow.
Great! River rafting it is. See you at 6 a.m. in the morning.
After my dad fired Karl and his parents from the bank and Karl realized he'd lost his chance at marrying me, he went totally off the rails and his parents had no choice but to disown him. Karl, whose pride and ego are so enormous that it's a wonder he's even able to carry them around, lost both his job and his reputation in one fell swoop. Unable to accept the fact he'd have to take a low-paying job after having burned his bridges in the banking industry, his search for new employment proved a failure. Instead of sucking it up and accepting he was no longer the high roller he once was, he gradually ate through his savings while cursing and complaining about his situation. I heard he got kicked out of his apartment the other day for failing to keep up with the rent payments. I have no idea where he went or what became of him after that, and to be honest, I don't care. His mom and dad lost their jobs and reputations right along with him. Unable to bear being the talk of the town and being the butt of every joke in the neighborhood, they escaped in the night and were never heard from again. As for me and my parents, we finally enjoyed our long-awaited day out the next day. Being in the banking industry, my mom and dad live in the world of stiff formality and decorum when they put on their suits, which means that, as is often the way with those types of people, when they play hard. I'm not ready to look for love again just yet, but when I am, hopefully I can bag myself a guy who isn't a narcissistic bully. OMG, I totally mixed up the funeral with the wedding. Oh, I'm sorry for showing up in a white dress.
What were you thinking? Just leave now. You came to a funeral in a white dress and you're drunk. Please, don't cause any more trouble. Where are you? Where did you go? You said you were going to the bathroom and then you disappeared. Did you leave?
Guess where I am? Where do you think I am? There are so many people I don't know here. Did I crash a stranger's funeral? Whose funeral is this for, anyway?
Seriously? You're way too drunk. Stop bothering people. This isn't a party for you.
I'm not partying. I thought it was a wedding, but everyone looked so gloomy. They were all in black. I was like, what the heck kind of party is this?
You're insane. This is a funeral. We're saying goodbye to Dad. We can't deal with your nonsense right now.
Oh, really? Whatever, it doesn't matter to me.
Seriously? Even if it were a wedding, it's bad manners to wear a white dress as a guest. Right now, you're just making an ass of yourself.
Wow, harsh much? I came all the way here for you. You should be glad I even showed up.
You'll regret this, you ass.
Chill out, I just had a bit too much to drink. Don't be so uptight.
Just leave already.
Hey, did I do something crazy yesterday? A friend said I showed up to a funeral in a white dress. Is that true? Everyone's laughing about it, but I don't remember a thing.
Are you serious? You got so drunk, caused a lot of trouble, and now you don't even remember? How convenient of you.
So, did I mess things up for everyone? Damn, I really messed up. I woke up at a friend's place. My clothes were covered in vomit. My friend was also super mad at me.
You're talking about it like it's funny, but nothing about what happened is funny.
What's your problem? Why are you so mad? Oh, I get it. You don't drink much. You don't get how people mess up when they're drunk.
I don't need to understand the ideology of a drunk. I am not a drunk, so I could never even want to understand how drunks mess things up. It's a waste of time.
Wow, harsh. I mean, I made a mistake. Relax. Besides, funerals are already sad, so why not have a drink?
Are you still drunk?
Of course not. I'm hungover. And I'm feeling awful. And yet, here I am, still reaching out to you. It's really nice of me, wouldn't you agree?
Your brother was practically on his knees apologizing yesterday. He said he never thought you'd turn out like you did. He blamed your bad friends for making you the way you are now. He did nothing wrong, yet he was so embarrassed. You need to grow up.
Well, no one made you marry my brother, knowing he had a sister like me, so it's on you, too.
That's not the point. I'm done texting. Clearly you don't get it. One day you'll regret this, mark my words.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? A tight ass who holds grudges? Scary.
You'll get what's coming to you when you least expect it.
Hey, Tom apologized to me a lot the other day. I kind of felt bad for him. Are you two okay after all that?
Yeah, we're good. Tom was really disappointed and embarrassed by his sister. She didn't even seem sorry, claiming that she couldn't remember anything.
What? Oh, we've all made mistakes, but making them right is what's important. She seems completely clueless.
I know, I always thought she was a bit too carefree, but this is a new low. I'm really disgusted by her behavior.
You should get back at her. She needs to learn her lesson. She ruined my husband's, your father's funeral. There should be serious repercussions for that.
I knew you'd say that, and I agree. We're not the type of family to just let things go. Let's plan something.
Yes. Let's think of something. Maybe your husband could help too. Or is that too much to ask?
He'll probably help. He's been dealing with her nonsense for years. She even caused him to go through depression once. He's been through a lot because of her.
Really? Well, then let's make sure we really put her in her place together.
Yeah, let's do it. This is gonna be fun.
Hey, what are all you guys doing here in black clothes?
This is my wedding. Oh, really? I thought it was a funeral today. Did I get it wrong?
What the hell? Why is everyone in black and drunk? Get out of here. You're embarrassing me. My fiance's family is very respectable. I can't have you ruining this. You're a nuisance.
Well, that's not our problem. If this causes issues, so be it. It's a good chance for everyone to see your true colors. Let's show everyone what your brother's family is like.
Stop it. Leave now. Why are you doing something so outrageous?
You started it, don't you remember? You who wore a white dress to my dad's funeral.
You're still holding on to that?
It was only 2 years ago, not that long. I remember it clearly. Oh, and my mom might accidentally show some of your memorable photos and videos on the screen soon.
Huh? What do you mean my memorable photos and videos? Don't do anything stupid.
Well, you'll see soon enough.
Wait, what is this? This is from your dad's funeral.
Bingo! I recorded you being a total mess. Everyone was seriously upset with you. And next up are screenshots of our messages the day after. Everyone's going to see the real you.
No way. Wait, what's going on? Why would you do this?
I told you to remember, didn't I? Consider this payback for your actions. Oh, but the best part is yet to come.
What is this?
I heard you've been acting all giddy lately, so I did some digging. Turns out you've been seeing another guy. The evidence is hilarious, and I'm uploading the videos and photos. Everyone should know the truth, right?
Wait a sec. Oh, please don't do this. My wedding will be ruined.
You brought this on yourself. If your wedding gets called off, that'd be quite the show. Your fiancé should know what kind of person you really are. Your past is pretty dark, you know.
Are you kidding me? Why would you do this? A funeral is for someone who's gone, right? My wedding is super important to me. Why mess with it?
You're so small-minded. For me, my mom, and my siblings, Dad's funeral was a significant moment. We were devastated by his loss, but you ruined it.
Okay, maybe that's true, but my wedding is really important to me.
It's all about you, isn't it? Stop playing the victim. You might think your wedding is the most important thing, but to us, Dad's funeral mattered way more. You wrecked it.
But
I hope this makes you realize how awful your actions were. You deserve to rot in hell. What the hell were you thinking? Giving me sleeping pills and setting the house on fire? I could have died!
Huh? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're going on about.
Don't play dumb. You came to my house out of nowhere, apologizing for what happened 2 years ago, and then you drugged me and set my house on fire. What were you thinking?
Huh? What are you talking about? You shouldn't say such horrible things without proof. I get that you don't like me, but this is just ridiculous.
Nice try, but the sleeping pills were found in the glass. Plus, there's footage of you running away on the security camera. There's even evidence that you started the fire.
What? Security camera?
Yeah, I installed it by the door. Better safe than sorry, right? Glad it paid off sooner than expected.
What? Ugh, you caught me, huh? But seriously, how are you still alive? You should have died in that fire. We should not be talking now.
Are you seriously mad at me now? Did losing your wedding drive you insane?
Exactly. You and your family ruined my life. I'll never forgive you.
This is all on you. You need to realize how awful your actions were.
I don't care. Dead people's lives don't matter. My life was still going. I was supposed to marry him and start a family. I even quit my job for it. But you ruined my entire wedding. Because of you, the wedding was called off. You ruined my life. And I will make sure that you make it right.
So you quit your job to get married, huh? You're really pathetic. Don't you get it? They called off the wedding because of your actions. No one made you a drunken cheat.
I was young then. It wasn't fair.
Younger? It was only 2 years ago. People don't change that much in 2 years. They saw your true colors, and so they canceled the wedding.
If you hadn't said anything, they wouldn't have found out. My happy marriage is ruined.
You should marry someone who understands and accepts the real you. It's better for both of you that wedding didn't happen.
Are you kidding me? You just want to justify your actions.
This isn't about right or wrong. You humiliated us, so we did the same to you.
You're so childish.
You can always have another wedding. We only had one chance to have my dad's funeral. So you're still luckier than us.
Stop with the excuses. That's not the point.
You've always seemed to hate not being the center of attention, so you've been causing trouble left and right.
What are you talking about?
I've heard plenty from your brother. Like how you ruined his outfit on the day of his piano recital. You were throwing tantrums to mess things up.
Huh? I don't remember that.
And during his talent show, too. He said you hid his stuff, smeared tomatoes on his clothes. He's been struggling with depression because of you.
That was just kid stuff. It's not your concern.
He moved out early just to get away from you. Living with you meant having his stuff stolen or broken because of your moods.
Well, maybe there were some instances, but...
Your true colors have shown now. I'm handing you over to the police. You need to realize your foolishness in jail. Maybe you'll find better company there.
Police? Wait, hold on. Isn't that too much? I was just fooling around this time. It doesn't need to go any further.
You're the type who won't learn unless it's this severe. So I'm teaching you a lesson. Also, expect a bill for the repairs.
Wait, that's too harsh. I'm still your relative.
That's exactly why I can't keep you close. You're a danger. Look at what you did this time. You could have killed me. So now you should learn true despair. Tiffany was taken away by the police in utter shock. She screamed it wasn't her fault the whole way to the police car. My husband apologized to me again, but he's a victim too. After Tiffany's actions, we have decided to part ways for good with her. We are hoping that she will be properly dealt with by the law.
Hi, Betty? Are you there? I just wanted to ask you about the money that you've been sending me every month. Do you think that you could start sending me an extra $2,000 per month, please? Because you know that I'm planning my wedding right now, right? And man, these kinds of things just cost so much more money that I thought they really did. Not to mention the fact that I've already quit my job since I'm going to be getting married. So as you can imagine, I'm actually in quite a pinch with money right now.
Oh, Mindy. It's been a while since you and I last talked, hasn't it? In fact, I feel like you almost never initiate a conversation with me, and that it's always me who has to go and talk to you. But I guess that I can see why you're choosing to message me first. You know that really does make me a bit sad when you only ever talk to me for money.
Oh, come on. What are you trying to tell me? That you're lonely as miss living with me? Because if you're upset that I'm out here living my own life, then I think that's just kind of pathetic, to be perfectly honest with you.
I just don't get why you always have to talk to me like this, especially after all the hard work and time that I put into raising you. But do you really need money? Because I'm sorry, but I just don't have any more that I can give you at this point, Mindy.
Wait, what? You mean that you're going to sit there and pretend to be my mother who put so much work and time into raising me, and you won't even give me money when I ask for it? Honestly, what is your deal? You think that I play my little part in this to make you feel good? What's the point of treating you like my mom if you won't even give me what I want?
Mindy, please. There is no need to talk to me like that at all. Besides, it isn't like you and I haven't already talked about this. We had this discussion earlier that from the month you have your wedding, I would stop sending you money every month. If you really want to quit your job and become a housewife, that's fine. But I don't think that you should still expect your mother to be sending you money every month.
Excuse me? Did you really just say that? Did you actually just call yourself my mother as if I'm your actual daughter? Oh man, I don't know whether I should laugh or cry if that's actually how you see yourself. That really is just pathetic. Do you know that?
What are you talking about? Why are you treating me like this, Mindy? I just don't get it. I mean, I've been sending you money this whole time while you've been working. I even paid for your schooling, haven't I? So I just don't get how you can say that you aren't my daughter and that I'm not your mother after all that I've done for you.
Can you please just give it a rest already, Betty? I really don't get why you think that I should have to worship the ground that you walk on, all because you married my dad. You don't care about me at all. You just want to use me for what you think you want from me. You just want a daughter, but you don't want me to be me.
Of course that isn't true. What are you talking about? And how can you even say that after all the money I've contributed towards your wedding? That's why I'm telling you that I just don't have any more money to give you at all now.
So you're telling me that you haven't been saving up for my wedding ever since I was a little girl? You haven't even prepared anything for my special day at all? How dare you try and pass yourself off as my mother when you haven't even done that for me? You're completely useless, do you know that? I mean, don't you realize that I have a ton of debt? That's why I need your money. So why are you being stingy with helping out your cute daughter with her financial problems?
Mindy, I am sorry, but I am not going to bail you out of every single problem that you land yourself. You're a big girl now, and you have to learn how to take care of yourself. And just why do you need so much money every single month anyways? Surely I don't have to give you that much.
Don't you know that I'm getting married this month? That means that I have to pay for makeup, massages, my nails, hair, all of it. Do you think getting things like that done is cheap? And then again, I guess that you and my dad didn't even have a wedding, isn't that right? So I guess you really do have no idea what I'm talking about when I say these things, huh?
It isn't that I don't understand what you're saying, but yes, you're right. Your dad and I getting together did happen quite suddenly. And it wasn't just a few days after we had gone to the courthouse to sign all of our marriage paperwork that happened. Of course, neither of us were completely attracted to the idea of having a big wedding anyways. And yes, all the preparing does sound like a big hassle.
Okay then, if you can at least acknowledge that a wedding is big, expensive hassle to put together, then why don't you give me the money that I'm asking you for, huh?
I do understand the situation that you're in. I really do. But I am telling you that I just won't be giving you any more money. I've given you plenty of money for your wedding already, and I think that if you want to get anything else done for yourself, it should come from your own funds. I will always be there for you, but if you're choosing to stop working, then I'm not going to subsidize your life, Mindy.
Oh my gosh, is that what this is about? This is all about teaching me some kind of lesson just for wanting to be a housewife? I really can't believe that you would condescend to me like that. You're just completely useless to me at this point, Betty. Although, now that I think about it, there might still be one thing that you could do for me.
Really? You think there's another way that I can be there for you that doesn't involve giving you any more money?
Well, I had heard through the grapevine that you have a friend who works as a private investigator. Is that really true? Because if it is, I think that I'd like you to hire them for something that I'd like them to do. Of course, you'll be the one paying for their services.
Wait a second. I do have a friend who works in that field, but just what in the world do you want to hire a private investigator for? Are you in some kind of trouble? Is everything okay? Do I need to know about anything?
Oh, you don't need to worry your pretty little head about any of that. Why don't you just do this favor for me and not worry about all the details like what I might be hiring them for?
Well, I just mean, I can introduce to my friend, but I just thought that I should ask first.
I don't really think that you do need to ask, nor do you need to know. All you need to do is introduce me to your new friend, got it? Don't worry about all the small details. In fact, you just give me their contact information or put my contact with them so that I can talk to them one-on-one. This really doesn't concern you, and you don't need to know anything.
Oh, I see. Well, okay. If that's really what you want, then I guess I can reach out to them. I'll tell them that you would like to hire them for their services, and if they say they're taking on new clients, I'll pass along your number. Hey, Dick, are you there? I know that it's been quite a while since you and I last spoke. I actually am not even sure if you remember who I am. I'm Betty, and you and I actually used to go to high school together. When you have a chance, I would really appreciate it if you could get back to me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Oh, Betty, it's been forever. I can't remember the last time that we talked. How have you been? Is everything okay? What can I do for you?
I really am just so sorry to be messaging you out of the blue like this, but there's just something that I have to ask you. I was just curious if you were still working as a private investigator.
Yeah, that's my job. I'm glad you remembered. But what's up? Why do you ask about that?
Again, I really am so sorry to be reaching out to you suddenly like this, but I was actually wondering if I might be able to hire you.
Oh yeah, of course you can hire me. Do you mind me asking what this is about? I don't mean to pry at all, but, well, it's kind of my job to kind of understand what's going on and what I can do for you.
Well, this actually isn't really about me so much as it is about my daughter, you see. I'm not quite sure how, but somehow she found out about the fact that I knew a private investigator. And anyways, well, it's actually her who wants to hire you.
Oh, I see. So I wouldn't be working for you then. I would be doing the investigation for your daughter. And just to be clear, this is the daughter of the man that you married, right? Do you mind if I ask what this is all about or what your daughter might be wanting me to look into?
I wish that I could give you more information about the job, but Mindy didn't give me any details at all. I have no idea why she wouldn't. Maybe she's trying to hide something from me? I really have no clue.
So basically your daughter told you that she wanted you to hire me for something, but she wouldn't tell you at all what it was that she wanted you to hire me to do. You know, this all sounds a little strange. I don't know. There's something fishy for sure, but what would you like me to do? After all, she is your daughter. Do you want me to get in contact with her and see what it is that she wants to talk to me about?
I think that would be best. I'm sorry that I can't give you any more information, but I would be more than happy to give you Mindy's number so that you can chat with her. And just know that I'll be the one paying for your services, so you don't have to worry about that at all.
Wait, what? You mean it's your daughter who sent you to me? And it's your daughter who's going to be telling me what she wants me to look into? But you're going to be paying for everything? Are you really sure that you want to do this? I mean, your daughter hasn't even told you about what she wants to use me for. I know that it's not really my place to say any of this, but in the light of all that you've told me here, it sounds to me like Mindy should be the one paying, not you.
I mean, I suppose that you would be right under normal circumstances, but you see, Mindy is getting married and she's really trying to save money. So normally I would agree with you, but she kept asking me for money for her wedding and I told her I didn't have any more to give. Then she said that if I wasn't going to be paying any more for her wedding, then the least I could do was hire you for her.
I'm sorry, Betty, but that story literally makes no sense at all, and I just couldn't follow the logic here. I mean, I get that Mindy is your daughter and all that, but if she's old enough to get married, then she should be old enough to handle this kind of business on her own, don't you think? I just feel like you're letting your daughter take advantage of you.
I understand what you mean. I really do, Dick. But the thing is that we're not related by blood. So I just have to do things like this so I can show her that I still love her, even after her dad has passed on. I really do my best to make her happy and see that I'm on her side, but I just feel like nothing that I do is ever enough for her.
Betty, are you okay? This sounds like a much bigger problem. And besides, who cares if you two aren't related by blood when you've dedicated years to raising Mindy? I mean, how long has it been since you married your husband? I think that we were still in our 20s then, right? That means that at least 20 years have gone by, does it not? So I don't know how you can say that you haven't done enough when you've put that many years of your life into taking care of someone else's child.
Well, I guess I never really thought about it like that, but oh my gosh, has it really been 20 years already? Where does the time go?
Well, I remember it very well when you announced that you were going to get married. Do you remember how worried I was for you when you said that you were going to go through with it?
Actually, now that you mention it, I do remember you being there for me and asking to make sure that I was okay and sure of this.
Well, I just heard that you were going to be marrying someone who already had a kid of his own. I wanted to be there for you and help you in any way that I could. But now that fate has brought us back together like this, please let me try and be there for you just one last time, no matter how much.
You really are sweet to say all those things, Dick. There were some times when I was really thinking about asking someone for help. But instead, I just dedicated myself to doing all that I could to making sure that Mindy was raised right.
I know. I couldn't believe it when I heard what happened to your husband. I can't believe how many years it's been since then. But even so, it was so shocking to hear the news.
Yeah, it really is strange to think about all the time that has passed since then. But I have to say that I'm quite surprised just this conversation. You see, I don't think I realized just how worried you were for me.
Of course I'd be worried about you. You got married so young, and then you had a daughter all of a sudden. That was all really big news to me, so I can't imagine how it was for you. And I'm sure that any difficulty you had with Mindy was all compounded by the fact that she wasn't your biological daughter. But anyways, I'm sure that after all that time and effort you put into raising her, that Mindy must have been so grateful for all the sacrifices that you made for her.
I really wish I could say that that's the case, but I really don't think grateful is the word that I would choose. By the way, did you ever find anyone, Dick? Are you married yet? I think I remember hearing once that you were engaged to someone, is that right?
Yes. I was engaged to be married once, but then it turned out that I caught her cheating with another man, so I broke off the whole thing. Ever since then, I've been a bit too nervous to get back into the dating pool, and I certainly don't have any intentions of getting married anytime soon.
Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have asked you that question so suddenly. But anyways, as a way of thanking you for taking on this job, do you think that I could take you out for some coffee or something? I just feel like it's been so long since we last talked that we should have some time to catch up.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming to me with this work, as a small business owner and all.
Oh, please. You don't have to thank me for that. After all, it really was just my daughter's idea.
Fair enough. And if there's any extra fee beyond what I charge as my base fee, I will be sure to send your daughter the bill.
I appreciate the offer, but if you think that that girl's going to pay for anything that she could get someone else to pay for, you're dead wrong.
Hey, Mom, you do know that it's my wedding today, right? So I want you to know just what do you think you're doing here? Because I know for a fact that you were not invited here.
Wait, what? I don't understand what you mean by that. I mean, why even bother to say anything after what you just did to me? All I did was come up to greet you today at your wedding, and you splashed your glass of wine all over me.
Well, of course I did. I had to convince you to go away somehow, right? And besides, there's not a seat for you at this wedding. Did you really think that I was going to let you pretend to be my mom in front of all of these people?
What do you mean? I really don't get where any of this is coming from at all. Why are you doing this, Mindy?
You really have no idea what's going on at all, do you? I said that I don't have a seat for you here at my wedding. In fact, the whole reason why you're not invited here in the first place is because I asked my real mom to be at my wedding with me instead. So thanks for all the time and energy you poured into raising me or whatever. But you can go now. I don't need or want you here any longer.
Oh, I see. So you invited your biological mother who never spent any time raising you. And you're going to turn me away at the door and not even let me watch you get married?
That's right. That's exactly what's going on here. So if the wine on your dress wasn't a clear enough message, let me write it here for you. Go home. Nobody wants you here, got it?
Okay, fine then. If this is how you're going to act, then I understand all too well.
Great. But if you really understand, then you wouldn't even be responding to these messages. Just go away already. This is supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life, and you are ruining it with every second that you're still here. In fact, after today, I never want anything to do with you ever again. I never ever thought of you as my mom, so stop thinking of me as your daughter. As of today, you and I are complete strangers with nothing to do with one another. Don't even talk to me again, got it?
If this is really the way you want things, then fine. But just know that you're going to regret what you've said to me.
I thought I told you to quit responding to me. Just hurry up and get out of my life already, you useless old hag. Hey, where the heck did you go? What do you think you're trying to pull here, huh? You get back here right this second.
I'm sorry, but who is this? I don't seem to have this number saved in my phone. Actually, that's not true. I do have your number saved, but the contact name just says complete stranger, so I have no idea who you are.
Oh, just shut up. Why are you even pretending to play dumb with me when you and I both know each other very well? You know exactly who I am, so how dare you even try to say otherwise? It's me, your daughter, Mindy.
My daughter? Daughter? I'm sorry, but I don't have any children of my own.
Don't say that. You have no idea how crazy things have gotten here since you decided that you weren't going to be at my wedding. But now I'm hearing from the owners of the venue that you called them and told them to shut down the whole wedding? Is that really true?
Well, I mean, you said yourself that we're nothing to each other from this day forward, right? So I just don't understand why I would continue to financially support a complete stranger's wedding at all. And so yeah, I canceled the plans that I had arranged earlier, but I think it all should make sense.
Okay, look, I get that you might be a little upset right now, but please, can you call the venue back and tell them that you're not actually going to cancel anything?
Why in the world would I do that? Not that I ever would or even could at this point. But if you think that I owe this stranger all the money and time that I put into organizing their wedding, then I think that you're the one that needs to rethink the situation.
Okay, I get it. I'm sorry for the things that I said to you, okay? I really am sorry, and I was lying about all that I said. I didn't mean any of it. You're the only mother I have, and you've raised me practically all my life.
Oh, so you can finally admit that I've been the closest thing that you've had to a mother for the past 2 decades? Because you sure have had a funny way of expressing your gratitude to me all this time. I really don't get why I should do anything more for you. If you're not even going to say thank you at the very least, then I don't think I owe you a single thing.
Yes, you're right about everything. I shouldn't have said what I said, and I really am sorry for everything. Just please come back. I'll let you participate in my wedding if you do. You're my mom, the only family I have in this world. Please, you have to come back and be at my wedding.
Wait, what? I'm your mom now? But I thought that you were going to invite your real mom to your wedding. Isn't that what you told me? And since I'm not really mom, I really would hate to barge in on your wedding when there's really no reason for me to be there. But anyways, I really do wish you all the happiness in the world. Maybe your mom can try and cover some of the cost of your wedding. That should fix things, right?
But, I didn't think that you would do this to me. Not only that, but my birth mother really isn't the woman that I thought she was at all. I thought that it would be really nice to have her here, but when she arrived, she went straight to my fiancé's family and started asking them for money. Who even does something like that at a wedding?
Oh no, that sounds just awful. Who could have ever foreseen this blowing up in your face? I guess you'll have to do something about this, won't you?
Come on, please don't be this way. Don't pretend like you don't have anything to do with this or can't help me at all. My mom even told me that she wanted me to give all the money that people have brought as wedding gifts. I had no idea how rude and upsetting a person she would be. I don't get how someone can even be as bad as her. And just who does she think she is demanding all of that from me after not being a part of my life for so long?
Yeah, it sounds to me like you should have just done a bit more digging into the kind of person that she is before inviting her to your wedding. I mean, didn't you ever think it was weird that your dad ended up with full custody of you? Don't you know how easy it is for a mother to get full custody or even partial custody if they want?
I know that it's the moms that normally end up with the kids when a divorce happens, but I just thought that something happened to my mom that prevented her from taking me with her.
Well, I am sorry to be the one to burst your bubble, but your mom actually just wanted nothing to do with you at all.
But I didn't know she was going to be... This can't be my fault. Please, you have to do something to help me. She hasn't talked to me in my entire life. I was the one who had to go and find her. I was the one who invited her to my wedding, and now she's just using me to try and make a quick buck.
Yeah, I really don't know why you would even want to invite someone that you hardly knew to your wedding. But I have to say that if she really is behaving like that, then at least it's easy to see the family resemblance. After all, weren't you also trying to get money out of someone who was a total stranger to you? Sounds to me like you're both more alike than you think.
Mom, please. You know that I don't actually think of you as a total stranger, right? You're my mom and you always will be.
You can all that you want now that you're in trouble, but it's not going to change a thing. And it's certainly not going to change the fact that you ruined my dress by throwing your glass of wine on it and that you said you never wanted to talk to me ever again.
But I didn't really mean any of that. Please. I was just upset. But I was being serious. You're the only mother I have, and I want you to be here at my wedding with me.
I'm sorry, but you've already made your position very clear, and I am not about to come back to you after the way that you've treated me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have my own life to be getting back to. It sounds like you have more than enough to handle over there, so just leave me out of it and leave me alone. I actually heard from Dick earlier that the reason Mindy wanted to hire him was to try and track down her birth mother. That's when I knew that her wedding was going to become even more of a disaster than if Mindy had just not invited me. Needless to say, after the venue essentially shut the wedding down early, and Mindy's birth mother scared her fiancé's parents with all of her asking for money, the whole engagement was called off, and Mindy broke up with her fiancé. The problem for Mindy was that she had already quit her job and planned on becoming a housewife. After the wedding fell apart, she quickly had to find work and barely managed to sell enough of her things to move into a tiny apartment. As for me, I followed through on my word and took Dick out for some coffee after the wedding. I told him all about what I heard from Mindy, and he just said he was glad that I wasn't hurt by it at the end of it all. I have plans to see each other soon, but all that matters to me is that I can carry on comfortably with my life now that I've lost my husband and daughter. Of course, it's nice to have reconnected with Dick, and we have met up several times since then. I haven't heard from Mindy since the wedding, although that could have something to do with the fact that I blocked her after that day. I don't know where she is or what she's up to, but I hope that one day she truly does learn her lesson about how to treat others. Anyways, while I'm in no rush to start a new relationship, and certainly no rush to start a whole new family, I have been enjoying my casual dates with the private investigator. And now that it's been a few months since I talked to Mindy, I think I might finally be ready to take the next step and ask Dick out properly.